Now we start the next topic of the private, public and global enterprises, in which we start the next topic, government company. Government company means any company in which at least 51% of the paid up share capital is held by the central or state government or partly by central or state government. The government companies are governed by the government companies are governed and ruled by the provision of Company Act 2013 like any other registered company. For example, BHEL and Steel Authority of India are some example of the government companies. So these are the government companies. Mainly they have the maximum share in the company. Minimum 51% shares are in the hands of the government. That's why it is known as the government company. The next topic is features of government company. There are several benefits and some advantages. Like there are some features also in these types of company. They are as follows. The first is registration. The registration of the government companies gets incorporated under the Act 2013. All the provision of the Company Act are applicable on government company. Government can exempt it from some provisions by passing a special resolution. And the next is ownership. The government have more than 51% share, so the ownership is under the hands of the government. The government company is wholly or partly owned by the government. The share capital of these companies is owned by the government of India in the name of the president. And the next is management. The government company is managed by the board of directors who are nominated by the government, and other shareholders. The government has the authority to appoint majority of the directors. Next is separate legal entity. They have a separate legal entity because it is a government concern. So the government companies has a separate legal existence. It can buy and sell properties in its own name, not by any personal name. All the assets and the liabilities are under the government and the company name. So it can enter into a contract in its own name, not by any other person's name. The next is ministerial control. These are the government companies and they all are in the head of the separate ministry. So the ministerial control is there. A government company is subject to ministerial control. The concerned ministry makes appointment of directors. The ministry may issue directions and can assume the overall supervision of the undertaking. The next is financial autonomy. The government companies enjoy borrowing powers. It can raise capital by issue of various securities. It is free for use it revenue for the government and expansion of the company. While they are free to take how they have to utilize the government funds and expand the business. So they are free and the autonomy of funds are there. The next is efficient staff. As they have the sufficient funds, so they hire and their recruitment process are on the separate basis. So they have a separate recruitment process for filling the vacant posts in their organization. So efficient staff, they are hired to work in the organization in a best and the efficient manner. In other words, the recruitment and the remuneration of the employees of the government company is independent, decided by the government company itself. They are not governed by the civil services rule. They have a separate route under the Company Act. And the next is the accountability. The government companies are accountable to the ministry of the department concerned. Its annual report is presented and discussed in the parliament or the state of assembly.